Hello everyone, Brice for Du Jeu TV. Today it's a special day and we're still on Thanksgiving prep. And we have a guest of honor today, Angelo from the Ivy Inn. We remember the veal stock dilemma. Watch over there is the veal stock backup savior, Angelo. So Angelo, introduce yourself. You're a staple in Charlottesville. Ivy Inn is known all over the world. Well, come on, they know you from DC at least. Up to DC for sure. You're not there. So he's been there. What? You're close to 30 years, right?
30 years, yeah. I had a 30-year anniversary this summer.
30 years.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
That's what we call a staple, man.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
So it's Thanksgiving, as mentioned, and last week or the week before we were riding.
We were on a bike ride a couple weeks ago, and
it was a later in the ride when I was about to die.
Brice is running out of his own ideas, and he's like, Christian, Angelo, you need to come do a demo with me. We need to do some sides for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, well, you don't know what Thanksgiving sides are? And so this was born of a bike ride a few weeks ago, and I'm glad to be here today to share one of the dishes we do at the Ivy Inn.
What best but an American chef, Greek chef? Do you claim your heritage, Greek heritage?
It reflects in our cooking at the Ivy Inn, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very we're an American restaurant, but it's very, very influenced by everything Mediterranean. My background is classical French, and working for a French master chef when I was first out of school, and then I worked for an Italian and an American.
But when you grew up, what is your mom Greek?
No, my mom is American. Yeah, my mom's from
where?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah.
Well, it's southern still.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Sunny food.
Yeah.
And but was your mom cooking? Did your mom and dad were implicated? Like put some Greek accent into North Carolina side?
Yeah. So one of the things that was very Greek and from the village was the chestnut rice stuffing that my dad would make for the turkey, and it was something from the village, and they grow lots of chestnuts.
Chestnut rice stuffing, maybe
rice.
Because yesterday we did the stuffing.
Okay, yeah,
but more of a classic French.
So he used the livers and the gizzards, chopped everything up really well, and baked it inside. The stuffing is delicious, yeah. And so that's one of the dishes that my friends were like, "What is that? It smells funny." I'm like, "Oh, but you have to eat it. It's delicious." And so there was a really kind of a fusion of American and Greek when my parents cooked together.
So fusion before the fancy term, it's the American melting pot. That's why we love it here.
So we've got our mise en place set up.
But what is it?
Yeah, so it's a collard greens and October beans gratin. So taking a little bit of my French background.
Let's go.
Vegetable gratins. These are October beans or cranberry beans that we locally and in the South referred to as October beans. It's kind of funny because they pick them in August and September, but for some reason we're supposed to eat it in October, November. But they're also known in Italy as a borlotti bean. Collard greens, and in this case, I took the collards, stripped them from their stems, cut them up into small pieces, blanched them in a lot of salted boiling water, and for just about a minute or two at the most, just to tenderize them a little bit, and then shock them in ice water, pull them out of the water, put them into a big bath of ice water to stop the cooking, to lock in the color, and just to kind of keep them a little bit nicer and make it easier for our prep moving forward. I've got some diced andouille sausage, some mirepoix vegetables, carrots, onions, and celery, some Parmigiano Reggiano, some of the leftover cooking liquid from the beans, some garlic, some sage, thyme, and rosemary.
Cooking liquid from the bean, chicken stock?
These are cooked with chicken stock, yes. You can, and this dish would easily be done vegetarian by cooking the beans with water or veg stock, omitting the sausage altogether, and it's still super delicious, but I just happen to really like smoky andouille in this dish. And so that's part of why we're doing that too. And cornbread crumbs to go on top. We'll put all of these things together. We'll bake them in a gratin dish and get a nice crust on top of the whole thing. And it's just a really great addition. I mean, to me, Thanksgiving's the sides. Like, everyone's had bad turkey and you can rescue it with some really good gravy. But for me, it's all about the sides. That's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah. And you know what? It's Thanksgiving. Everyone pitch in. If it's safety, you don't start by reproaching, okay? It's family gathering and friends. you don't want it to end up like a French Sunday dinner lunch where everyone walks away yelling at each other. It is not the plan. We're in America here.
Well, that sounds like most American Thanksgiving.
Do that? Okay, I'm sorry, everyone's alike, huh? I guess. Question: do you the mirepoix? Do you saute it or do you just we mix it all and we bake it?
We are going to crisp the sausage and then sweat the mirepoix with the sausage.
With the fat?
Correct.
Yeah.
All the fat and everything.
Awesome.
And then we mix the ingredients together.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're going to start by crisping up the andouille sausage a little bit with a little bit of olive oil. And just let that pan heat up some. The home burner is not quite as
No, it's not
quite
fast.
what I'm used
It's
to.
not
Yeah,
like at home.
So patience, right?
Right.
Just have some patience. But we'll start by crisping up the andouille. We're going to sweat the mirepoix. We'll add some garlic. So, like I said, you can skip the andouille. You can substitute it for anything else you might have. It's just not a make or break pork. Like if you've got bits of country ham left over, if you cooked your beans with a ham hock in the broth, pick the meat, chop it up, use it in the gratin. If you have some deli ham that you need to use up, anything like that. Bacon, crisped up bacon would work. Or again, leave it out and make a vegetarian.
Yeah.
All those things work.
The the gratin thing, when you gather a bunch of product together, it's really, it has some origin into using the leftovers. Or
Exactly.
What didn't get the fancy dining gets poured together
Yeah.
and you hide it under that
Yeah.
crust. And it's just about the flavors, really. It's to
Yeah.
bring love.
Right. There you go. Occasional stirring, optional. It really can just you could really let it sit and crisp all up on one side. Would
But
work too.
you want it also to melt its fat
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Because,
Render some of the fat out and help us sweat these vegetables with the
Yeah.
pork fat. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you could just fry bacon for the base.
Get it crispy.
Get it crispy.
Get it crispy.
Take it out. Save it on the side for garnish on top. Use the fat to sweat the vegetables with.
It's like for the green beans, the green bean casserole where we got the fried onion. Well, maybe we add crispy bacon to the green bean casserole and the fried onions.
Can't be bad.
Cannot, no.
Can't be bad. All right, chef. So you see, we got the sausage pretty nice and
Just
crispy now.
take a look at the fat because that's what's gonna
Yeah.
sear
Picking up.
the mirepoix.
It's picking up the seasoning.
Yeah.
Right. So
And that's what you want. You want to get that fat out so that it really sweat and coat everything. And why do we kind of sauté the mirepoix?
well, you want to develop the flavors. You want to soften the vegetable. You want to make the onion taste more like an onion. Cooked onion and raw onion is completely different.
And then, so the idea is to evaporate the water. So you have to cook it to get that rawness, that little zingy sourness off, but it also drains the water out, so it concentrates the flavors. You know, why does sautéed onions on your burger is so sweet and when it gets caramelized? Because it gets the water out and everything gets caramelized. The sugar in it just caramelized, and then you get all those extra flavor. Same with the celery branch doesn't caramelize, but it just get the flavors more pungent and present.
Aromatize the whole thing with a little bit of fresh herbs. Always a good addition. And
So what do you have here? You have Oregon?
thyme. Thyme, sage, and rosemary.
Sage, yeah. Always have a good little plant of sage, which
Easy.
you did. Sage is overrun. It's very subtle, very delicate, but it brings a very nice background. So you have the thyme, rosemary on top, the sage underneath. It's very subtle. Have some sage. There's not enough sage in life.
No, you just plant it and just let it go.
Yeah.
So that just cooked to my liking. At this point, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and cook that out for about a minute or so. It's not raw. I will pull these whole herbs out, and I'll
Do you want a little
some
chicken
fresh
stock
chopped.
to? Because I always have my little, and I forgot about.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have a little bit. Yeah, let's go splash it and deglaze the pan a little bit.
Well, this one I made it because I could. Where is it? I did on.
Loosen up all that good sticky stuff at the bottom. Perfect.
I love it. I love it. You see, it wasn't my invention. Voilà. It's scratching the bottom, you know, you deglaze the sucs. We call it the suc. How do you call that in American or in English? Because suc, S-U-C, is like all those, all the produce,
Right.
the grains, you know, that wash off and stick at the bottom. You know, it's in suspension in the liquid,
Right.
and then it gets dried out and
Right.
pinch to the bottom
I'm
of the
not
pan.
sure
How do you
what the
call
word
that?
in English is, except drippings, I think is what we would call them, which not to be confused with the drippings under your turkey or something, or roast chicken. But yeah, that's the whole point, right? To use deglaze is
The
to
dripping.
loosen- to
Ah,
loosen
we're gonna
everything
use
that's
that.
on the bottom of the pot.
In French, it's S-U-C.
S-U-C, soup.
Suc, yeah.
Okay, didn't know that one.
And then you pinch it out. We call it pincer, pinch.
Okay,
So that it gets pinched to the bottom.
right,
And then when it's dry, it means that there's no more water stick there.
right.
So that when it sticks to the bottom, you dump the fat, not in the trash, but in a little container.
Mhm.
And then you keep it just in case, if it's not burnt fat. And then you deglaze, which is kind of unstucking it from the bottom of the pan. And then you have a good base for the sauces.
So I'm gonna saute the greens a tiny bit,
Mhm.
do a little bit of kind of misting, a little bit of seasoning
That
as I've gone along. I like to do a little bit of salt, pepper,
That looks really cool.
stage just a tiny bit.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna put all this into the bowl. Thank you, chef. I'm gonna put in some of the beans to be kind of smashed up.
Oh, you smash them in like that. All right.
A little bit.
All right.
Why are you smashing the beans?
Just to add a little bit of texture and kind of make everything a little bit more creamy when it bakes. I'll leave half of them whole and half of them crushed. And
Or
if I'm being finicky at the restaurant,
Yeah.
I get out the food processor, I grind them up really well, throw it in,
Yeah.
and then throw the whole beans in. The rest of the beans,
All right.
I'm gonna put half of the cheese right inside, save the rest for the top with the breadcrumbs, a little bit of the juice to kind of keep everything moist, a little bit of the bean juice. You know, you can make this really easy for yourself. Buy a good quality canned cannellini bean or a pinto bean or something and make this dish. It would be so easy and quick to prep.
Mhm.
And then very, very, very important before you start the next step, right, is taste it before you commit to baking it. Whether or not this dish is going to be successful has a lot to do with that. And whether your salt and pepper levels there, maybe even a splash of vinegar. I hadn't thought about it until I'm standing here stirring. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that actually would be a nice.
A pinch
nice
of vinegar, that would
yeah.
have been my take.
So I took the casserole dish, rubbed it with the garlic clove to just get a little bit of garlic flavor all permeated in the dish. We're going to spread the greens and beans. It may not be the perfect pan for it.
Yeah.
I think it looks nice. I think it's going to look nice.
But it's too
But,
deep.
but I think that personally, I'm kind of a crunchy
All right.
guy.
Hold on. You just ring a bell.
All right, we're going to start again. Do it all over again.
Probably it's going to do a better gratin because the other one being deep, moisture, the
It's
steam
gonna
builds up
steam the
in,
topping too
and
much.
then
Yeah.
it doesn't crust as well. Where this one, the steam's going to go and the heat's going to be closer to the top and attack it
Yeah.
to a better angle.
So any kind of breadcrumbs, honestly, that you have, panko if you have them in your cabinet, leftover bread, diced up. I happen to like cornbread crumbs for this. We're going to put them in a 450 standard oven for about 25 minutes and then uncover it and go about another 10 till it gets nice and crusty on top. And if you're not getting the color that you want, you might turn the broiler on for a few seconds just to finish it off.
I take the top up. Well, we're going to start with this one because that's the one I wrapped up. That's going to be the easy one to undress. Voilà. Get your pads because you're going, Chef, what do I do now? So
Very good.
back in.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put a little drizzle of olive oil right on top.
All right.
Moisten up a little bit, and then let's put it back in. I think melted butter would work well too.
No.
It's good. It's bubbling on the edges, means it's getting nice and hot all the way through, so that's good. All right, back in.
Yes, sir.
Let's go 8
Yes, chef.
minutes. Your oven looks pretty hot. Let's go 8 minutes.
How long?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. The pads.
That looks
I say
good.
It looks pretty
That
cool.
looks good. You know, it's such a perfect dish for Thanksgiving. You have so much to do on Thanksgiving. This is one of those dishes you get it set up, get it ready for the oven, put on the side of your counter. You can sit there for 2
And
hours.
it looks
if
so
you want.
sexy too. I
And
mean,
then
look
throw it
at
in the
that.
oven 30 minutes before you need it. You know,
Yeah.
It's once the turkey's out and everything else, it's a nice, easy one.
And it smells so good.
Mm,
Oh,
liking that.
beautiful.
Mm.
And we have those nice little pads underneath because remember, we don't put that on a cutting board or on your tabletop. So use those little underneath. And it just happened to come from good friends from Okai. Angelo, thanks a lot,
My pleasure, Chef.
my man.
Good to see you, brother.
We go back riding at some point when it's not too windy because
Yeah.
I have too much windage and Bill and the wind in the face is terrible. And then we'll go. But thanks for this. It's beautiful, awesome. You have the description in the link. Thanks for your visiting. And most importantly, guys, be good to one another and happy Thanksgiving. See you next time.